Hey everybody, it's Miranda here with another DT project for the I Am Roses team, and what I have created this month is a altered paper mache dress form. I've done a lot of these in the past and I haven't made one in a couple of months, so I wanted to just revisit it and make it for a friend of mine who likes them. I call them my junk in the trunk dress forms because the back of them I always carve out and make a little niche to put like goodies and treasures and stuff in, kind of like a little shadow box inside of the dress form. Kind of hard to show, but when we get around to the back I'll try to move my lighting and show y'all better. So I just got the paper mache dress form at Michael's and I crackle painted the entire thing. I did like a three-toned crackle paint job with pink and black and white. So hopefully you can see, but what I do on top of the crackle painting, once I have done that, I also go over it with gesso to kind of whitewash it and tone it down because I wanted this to be a little bit softer than what it was initially when I first did the crackle paint. So I just crackle painted it and then went over it with the gesso just to kind of give it a nice glazed, girly, feminine look. And then I took the Prima Romance novel paper and I took a couple of sheets of the paper out that I liked and I tore them into little strips and then I distressed the edges of those and placed them just randomly around the dress form. I pretty much, if you'll see my videos, I've done pretty much the same thing as I do to all my other ones, nothing really different. I like to carve out little sections of it and add chicken wire, and the cool thing about this little section is you can see the little metal butterfly that I have on the inside of the niche, so I thought that was kind of cool. So I carved that out right there, and then up here on the shoulder as well, and just put chicken wire in there. So that is what I did to the base of it, the background anyway, and then I just started adding all my beautiful, beautiful I Am Roses flowers and a couple of other embellishments. Here on the bottom I just added a crystal candlestick that you can get at the Dollar Tree. They are $1, awesome deal, and you can use, I use these for the bottoms of configuration boxes, all kind of things, so it's a really good thing to have in your stash. This is a little butterfly and it's in a gray tone, and I stamped on top of it with a white with a script stamp with white ink and just put a little I Am Roses in the center there. That's a R5, and again there'll be a link to my blog down below with pictures and all the product description for all the flowers that I used here, so you guys can check it out. I also added this vintage lace all the way around the bottom of it, and then I added black flat back pearls on top of that too. And then I just have a little bit of bling coming out the side over there. I added that same vintage crocheted trim there to the bottom. And then here I just kind of clustered some beautiful I Am Roses flowers. These are the new R76s, which are absolutely gorgeous. I've glimmer misted everything, so it's very, very, very shimmery and pretty. And then this is the R40s in the pink and white tone, and I absolutely love those too. They're one of my favorite flowers. I have a little bit of chicken wire coming out the side over here. And then I also added a Tim Holtz metal clock piece up there, and a little Prima wooden button. It's a little star one from the Prima Printery collection. So I have that there, and then I also added some Prima bling coming out of it. And on the black part I went around it with some shimmers and hi-ho silver just to kind of tone down the black and make it even more shimmery than it already was. So I'll put that there and have a little piece coming out at the top as well. And then up here at the corner I added a couple of I Am Roses flowers. I have the little R8 rosebuds, and these ones are the R4s. They're like heart-shaped petals. They're absolutely beautiful. I love them a lot. And then just some R3 up here, and I whitewashed everything with some gesso. And then you'll see a little baby metal clock handle poking out there, and that is from Prima. For the top of it I usually use glass chess pieces, but I had this knob in my stash. It's like what would hold a knob in place on a dresser, and I have a bunch of those, so I wanted to use some metal on this one, so I would use that metal knob up there, and it's got like a hole you can see through. It goes all the way around. And then for the wings, I've used canvas before and a couple of other things, but I wanted to use this really pretty white, delicate lace that I had in my stash. So I used that, and I just used my Sizzix wings die to cut it out. And then after I had done that, I took some black distress ink and went around the edges of it to, you know, give it some more definition, so it wasn't just so, you know, it wasn't blending in, I guess you could say. So I put the distress ink all the way around it, and then again I glimmer misted this. I do believe I used Creme Brulee Cream by Lindy Stamp Gang on that, so it's super shimmery. So that is the front of my dress form. And then on the back, again, I've done this on my last one, which I really like how it came out. And for the back, I wanted to create like a little skirt. I did this to my last one, and I just added some paper and like a U shape, and I cut through the middle of it and then curled back the edges of the paper to create like a little skirt. And then I added a couple of layers of different satin ribbons. I have this white one and then some black seam binding too, and I just kind of glued them to where they were pleated and ruffled going all the way down. Okay, so what I did to the inside of it is I painted the entire thing and added some of the romance novel paper inside of it. And then I took some cheesecloth and just kind of placed it in there and glued it all the way around. Over here to the right, I glued down a little domino from my stash, and it has like a metal brad in the center of it. I have a little baby R8 flower back there and a couple of other ones in there. Again, there'll be a link to my blog with all the product information. And then on the very top I have a R70, which is one of those really big ones, so it's taking up a lot of space in there. And then hopefully you can see there is a cameo in the very top right there. Hopefully y'all can see her in there. Really hard to show the inside of this. I have a metal butterfly right there that I had in my stash. It's absolutely beautiful. I put the little typewriter back there in the background, and then I also put a Scrabble letter C for the lady that it's going to. It's her initial. Over here to the left I have a Tim Holtz light bulb, and I also have another little baby cameo to the side over there. And then I just took some of the stuff from the paper line and fussy cut it out and kind of adhered it in there and pleated it, and I have a little cherry blossom right there. So that is pretty much it for the inside, y'all. But you can see it's completely painted inside of there, and hopefully the shadow isn't too bad and you can see all the details. So that is my dress form, y'all. If you have any questions at all, just let me know and I will get back to you with an answer. I hope my friend likes this, and I hope you guys do too. Again, a link to my blog down below so you guys can find out all the item numbers of the flowers that I used, and below will be a link to IamRoses.com, of course. Bunma has the most beautiful flowers. I can't do a single project without incorporating them on them, so it's just a blessing to be on the team with all these talented ladies. But I hope you guys are having a beautiful week, and I will talk to you later. Bye!